Miro is an online whiteboard. Picture an infinite canvas where your whole team drops sticky notes, diagrams and plans, and everyone edits the same board at once. That is what it was. Open Miro.com today and the headline says something different. The collaboration layer your AI tools are missing. So this Miro review is not a feature tour. Those already exist and most of them run about 3 minutes. Here is what you get instead. What Miro actually is in 2026, exactly what the 4 plans cost, and what real paying customers report after the invoice arrives. The way I put this together was simple. I read the pricing page line by line, then read a year of complaints filed against Miro, including the ones nobody quotes. That turned up something strange. Miro scores 2.3 out of 5 on one major review site. On another, it scores 0.6. Same product, same week. Both numbers are real. Stay with me. The reason they differ is the most useful thing here. Start with what you get, because Miro is genuinely good at this part. The core is an infinite canvas. You zoom out and there is always more room. Sticky notes, shapes, arrows, images, documents, tables, slides, and Kanban boards all live on one surface. Everyone sees everyone else's cursor moving in real time. That sounds like a small thing. In a remote workshop, it is the whole thing, because you can tell who is thinking and who has quietly wandered off. Templates are where most teams start. Retrospectives, user story maps, customer journeys, org charts, brainstorming grids. You are rarely staring at an empty page. It also plugs into the tools you already pay for. Miro lists over 250 integrations. Reviewers on Capterra single out Google Drive, Jira and Dropbox as the ones that matter day to day. Then there is the AI layer, which is what the 2026 repositioning is about. Miro now sells itself as a workspace where your team and your AI agents work on the same board. That shift is not just marketing copy. Their own listing claims more than 100 million users across 250,000 customers. The logo wall on the homepage runs Deloitte, Salesforce, Workday, and ServiceNow. This is not a small tool, hold on to that. Now the money, taken straight off Miro's pricing page as of August 2026. There are 4 plans: Free, Starter, Business, and Enterprise. Free costs nothing and gets you 3 editable boards. 3, not 3 each, 3 in total. You still get the templates, the docs and tables, and the integrations. So it is a real free plan, not a crippled demo. But 3 boards is a ceiling you hit in about a week of actual work. Starter is $8 per member per month, billed yearly. That unlocks unlimited boards, private boards, visitor editing, high-resolution exports, and a timer and voting for running workshops. Each member also gets 25 AI credits a month. Business doubles that to $20 per member per month, again billed yearly. You get unlimited workspaces, unlimited guests, data tables, interactive prototypes, and the AI workflows and agents. Credits go up to 50 per member. Enterprise is custom priced and starts at 30 members, so that is not a decision you make on a Tuesday afternoon. 2 things the pricing page does not shout about. First, every price I just said is the yearly rate. Pay month to month and it costs you about 20% more. Second, look at those AI credits again. 25 a month on Starter, 50 on Business. The AI features the entire homepage is built around are metered, and not one review I found mentions it. That is the catch. Which brings us back to those 2 scores. On Trustpilot, Miro sits at 2.3 out of 5 from 148 reviews as of the middle of July 2026. That is not mediocre, that is bad. On G2, the same product holds 4.6 out of 5 from over 13,000 reviews. On Capterra, it is 4.7 from more than 1,600. G2 gave it a 97 satisfaction score in the summer 2026 grid and called it a category leader. Look closer, because this is not a contradiction. It is 2 completely different questions being answered. G2 and Capterra are where business users review the software itself. Does the canvas work? Do the templates help? Did the workshop go well? On that question, the verdict is overwhelmingly positive. Trustpilot is where people go when a transaction has gone wrong. Almost nobody writes a Trustpilot review because they're sticky notes rendered nicely. Trustpilot says as much itself. Their page carries a note that Miro has not invited customers to leave reviews recently, so the sample may not be representative. So do not read 2.3 as this software is bad. Read it as a map of where the pain is. And every complaint on that map points at the same place, not the product, the bill. Here is the pattern, and it is remarkably consistent. Trustpilot's own summary of Miro reviews from July 2026 describes the billing setup as a nightmare. It flags hidden fees and unclear charges as the leading price complaint. Gets specific and it gets clearer. A reviewer in January 2026 reports that anyone who merely viewed their board got added to the bill. $20 per person per month. Another, back in June 2025, describes sharing a board link with clients and then being charged for those clients. A thread in Miro's own community forum from August 2025 calls surprise seat charges a common issue. It says the terms are not clear enough for customers to avoid it. Now, the part that is not an opinion at all. Miro's Help Center, updated in February 2026, states it plainly. Miro does not offer refunds for any unused time on your subscription. That is not an angry customer talking. That is the published policy in the company's own words. Put those two facts side by side and you can see the shape of the trap. Seats can get added without anyone deciding to add them, and unused time does not come back. There is also a Reddit post from February 2026. Someone reports being charged €20 a month for months after cancelling. They say billing support opened with an AI bot, telling them refunds are generally not provided. I cannot verify one stranger's bank statement, and I will not present it as proven, but it rhymes with everything else in the pile. That is the risk. Now let me be fair about the rest of it. Away from billing, the criticism gets much milder and much more ordinary. Large boards can slow down. Independent comparisons from March 2026 flag lag on big boards and freezing during heavy simultaneous editing. Their advice is to test alternatives before committing. If your boards are image heavy and 40 people are on them at once, run a pilot first. Mobile is the weakest part of the product. A verified Capterra reviewer this summer says the mobile side crashes easily and struggles when a board gets big. Treat Miro as a desktop tool that happens to have an app. The built-in chat is basic. Reviewers call it clunky, and most teams simply keep Slack or Teams open beside it, and it is a lot to take in on day one. Capterra reviewers describe the interface as overwhelming at first, and a viewer on one of the big tutorial videos put it perfectly. Frustrating at the start, but they got there. One more that nobody covers. Underneath those tutorials, people keep asking how to copy a shared board into their own account. Then they find their copy still changes the original. Ownership on a shared board is not obvious. Work it out before you build something you care about. None of that is damning. It is the normal shape of a big, mature, genuinely powerful tool, which is exactly what Miro is. So who should actually pay for this? Miro is a strong yes if you run workshops, retros or planning sessions with a scattered team. That is the job it does better than almost anything else, and 13,000 reviewers on G2 agree. It is a strong yes if your team already lives in Jira, Google Drive and Slack. The board becomes the room where all of that meets. And it is worth a look if you want AI working on the canvas instead of in a separate tab. Just go in knowing the credits are counted. It is the wrong pick in 3 situations. If you are one person sketching ideas, 3 free boards will not hold you. And $8 a month for a solo canvas is more tool than you need. Excalidraw or FigJam are the cheaper right answers there. If your work happens mostly on a tablet or a phone, look elsewhere for now. And if you are a small agency sharing boards with clients, go in with your eyes open on seats. Find out exactly who gets counted as a member before you send that link. The short version is this. Miro is an excellent collaborative canvas attached to a billing model that surprises people. The gap between 4.6 on G2 and 2.3 on Trustpilot is almost entirely that one sentence. Understand how seats are counted and you get the good half without the bad half. I have put links to everything in the description. Some of them are affiliate links, so I get a small commission if you use them, at no extra cost to you. One question before you go. If you are on a paid Miro plan, how many people are on your bill that you never deliberately added? Tell me in the comments. I suspect that number surprises a few of you.